What if a single woman in the 16th century, an age dominated by kings, empires, and patriarchy, commanded an army so legendary it reshaped West Africa? Imagine a world where kingdoms rose and fell on the strength of their warriors. Now picture one queen who for 34 extraordinary years didn't sit behind palace walls. She led from the front lines, on horseback, weapon in hand. This is the story of Queen Amina of Zazzau, a military strategist, a brilliant economist, a political powerhouse, and a ruler whose legacy still echoes today. So how did she become one of the most formidable rulers of her era, a leader whose name is still spoken with reverence centuries later? Picture mid-1500s Hausa land, specifically the kingdom of Zazzau, one of the 7 original Hausa states, a land of competing city-states, massive trade routes linking the Sahara to forest kingdoms, and constant political maneuvering. Into this world, around 1533, Princess Amina was born. Privileged by birth, yes, but true power. That would be earned. From childhood, Amina defied expectations. While the royal court focused on tradition, she was drawn to the art of war. Stories say her grandmother once found her gripping a dagger, not like a toy, but like a trained fighter. She trained relentlessly, archery, horsemanship, swordsmanship, alongside the kingdom's toughest warriors. And she learned statecraft directly from her mother, Queen Bakwa of Turunku, a respected and politically sharp ruler. Amina watched her grandfather's court operate like a chessboard. Alliances, rivalries, negotiations. She absorbed it all. She understood early that power isn't merely inherited, it's seized, expanded, protected. By the time she reached adulthood, soldiers didn't view her as a novelty. They viewed her as a leader in the making, sharp-minded, iron-willed, and already deadly with a blade. At 16, Amina was already a respected warrior and officially named Magajia, the heir apparent. Suitors from across the region tried to marry her, offering gifts and political alliances. She refused them all. But her rise to the throne took a detour. After her parents' reign, around 1566, her younger brother Karama became king. For 10 years, Amina served him as his top military commander, shaping Zazzau into a dominant military force. She defended borders, led campaigns, and expanded territory. With each victory, she built loyalty, not to a crown, but to herself. Her legend grew. Her strategies impressed generals. Her victories intimidated rivals. She was becoming the true power behind the throne. Then, in 1576, Karama's reign ended. Amina, now a battle-hardened commander in her 40s, ascended the throne. There was no pushback, no political struggle. Her reputation alone cleared the path, and just 3 months into her reign, she launched her first major military campaign. Her 34-year era of conquest had begun. For the next 3 decades, Queen Amina became a relentless force in West Africa. She led a massive, highly disciplined army. Oral traditions claim 20,000 infantry and 1,000 cavalry into campaign after campaign. Her mission? Expand Zazzau's territory, unite the Hausa states under her influence, secure tribute from neighboring powers. She marched on powerful states, Kano, Katsina. These were wealthy commercial centers, rivals to Zazzau. Amina subdued them and forced them to acknowledge her supremacy. She pushed south into Nupe territory, east toward the Jukun, and expanded as far as the meeting point of the Niger and Benue rivers, an extraordinary reach for any empire of the time. And she didn't just conquer, she innovated. Amina introduced iron helmets and chainmail, crafted by skilled Hausa metalworkers, giving her cavalry a terrifying advantage. She built networks of military outposts, leaving garrisons to secure each new territory. She wasn't simply expanding the kingdom, She was redrawing the political map of West Africa, a leader who didn't just wage war, she was the war. But Amina's brilliance extended beyond the battlefield. She understood something vital. True power is economic power. Her wars were strategic. They targeted rich trade corridors linking the Sahara to central and southern markets. Under her rule, Zazzau became a major commercial hub, dealing in gold, salt, fine leather, cloth, imported horses, cola nuts. Caravans traveled safely under Amina's protection. Bandits were eliminated, merchants prospered, the kingdom's wealth exploded, and then there were the walls, the Ganua Amina, Amina's walls, massive earthen fortifications surrounding major cities and camps. These weren't just defensive structures, they were monuments to her vision and authority. They protected markets. They organized urban life. They sent a clear message. This land belongs to Amina, and it will endure. Many of these walls still stand today. Physical evidence of an empire built by a queen whose ambition reshaped history. Queen Amina's 34-year reign was a storm of expansion, innovation, and leadership unmatched in her era. She never married and never had children. Her absolute independence inspired legends, like the folklore claiming she took a lover in every conquered town and executed him the next morning to protect her secrets. Dramatic, yes, but historians consider it myth. What's real is the fear and awe she inspired. Amina died as she lived, on campaign, near the region of modern-day Bida, but her death didn't end her influence. She transformed Zazzau into a true regional superpower. She mastered trade networks, she fortified cities, she carved her legacy into the land itself. Today she stands as a national hero in Nigeria, celebrated in statues, honored in schools, and remembered as a symbol of female leadership and unrestrained ambition. She wasn't just a queen who ruled, she was a warrior who conquered, an economist who built a superpower, a legend who will never be forgotten. Stories like Queen Amina's reveal the hidden giants of history, leaders who defied expectations and reshaped the world. If you want more powerful stories like this, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us for the next deep dive into the legends they tried to erase.